Breaking news just into the 9 on Your Side newsroom. A startling revelation at a Tucson home. From quiet neighborhood to full-fledged crime scene. Tucson police say 3 girls held captive by their parents for at least 2 years. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley.
And I'm Stella Inger. Well, this disturbing story is unfolding by the minute. 9 on Your Side has live team coverage of these child imprisonment allegations. Marcelino Benito is just out of the Tucson police press conference with the very latest developments, and Justin Shecker is live outside the family's home. We begin with Marcelino, who joins us live downtown.
Guys, Stella, just an unbelievable story. We just wrapped up hearing a press conference held by the Tucson Police Department and Captain Michael Galuli. He didn't give us a lot of information, but he did lay down some of what's happened today. It involves 3 young women, and here's more on what he had to say on their captivity.
At about 4:02 this morning, patrol officers within our Operations Division West responded to the 2800 block of North Estrella regarding a 911 call regarding a domestic fight involving a knife. Upon arrival, they discovered 2 juvenile females that were extremely filthy, approximately ages 12 and 13, who had run to a neighbor's house, alleging that their stepfather had kicked in their bedroom door and was attempting to assault them with a knife. During the course of that investigation, it was alleged by the girls that they had been imprisoned within their bedrooms for approximately the last 2 years. Officers responded to the family residence and made entry and discovered yet a third 17-year-old female that was also imprisoned within her bedroom, a different bedroom than the bedroom that her siblings were occupying together. All 3 juveniles were extremely dirty, as I mentioned, and malnourished, and stated they had not bathed within the last 4 to 6 months. They were kept in filthy living conditions separately and told patrol officers that they had not seen each other in almost 2 years and were kept separate within the bedrooms within that house.
Those are pretty horrific details you heard there. We do know those 2 parents are in custody. They're actually here just a few floors above me here at TPD headquarters being questioned by police. What's most disturbing too that you didn't hear in that press conference is that police know they lived in separate houses, in different houses here in the Tucson area. They want to know what, if anything, happened in any of those residences. You can bet they'll be looking into that. We'll keep you posted throughout the day and have a live report coming up tonight at 6. For now, we're live at TPD headquarters. I'm Marcelino Benito, KGUN9 on your side.
Marcelino, thank you. Well, neighbors tell 9 on Your Side they are just shocked by this crime unfolding just a couple of doors down.
Here's a better idea of where exactly this home is. Near Stone and Glen. Several people say they heard music blasting from the home on different occasions, but did not think to report it.
And 9 on Your Side's Justin Shecker joins us live from the home with more from neighbors. Justin.
And guys, Stella, for most of the day, this driveway here had been roped off as police investigated this crime scene. Let me step out of the way so we can show you a closer look at this home where these girls were being held captive. It's the home all the way at the end of this driveway. From about 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock, there was a large white truck where police were removing evidence from the home and putting the evidence on that truck. Now, later in the day, after the crime scene cleared, I spoke to a neighbor. He told me at around 3:45 this morning, 2 girls came banging on his door. They were very frantic, said they felt threatened by their father or stepfather inside that home. Now, the girls told him there was another girl inside that home. The man immediately called 911. Now, this neighbor, like the rest of the neighbors I spoke to in this neighborhood, had no idea really who this couple was, and let alone that kids were living there. And other neighbors I talked to, they shared the similar shock over this whole situation.
It's kind of scary. I mean, I have nieces, nephews, and it is shocking. And it's scary.
Do you have any idea who lives in that home where police are?
I have no idea. I just see cars go in and out and...
The neighbor also told me that Child Protective Services did come at about 6 o'clock this morning to pick up the 3 distraught girls. Now, another one of this neighbor's observations, he said he used to hear loud music blasting from the home when the couple would leave. He said he really didn't make much of that until today's shocking discovery next door. We're live in Midtown tonight. I'm Justin Shecker, KGUN9 on your side.
Justin, thank you. Well, here is the bottom line. This is a very serious investigation. Here's what we know as of right now. Tucson police are investigating this case as child abuse and imprisonment. They say 3 girls were held captive in a home near Glen and Stone for years. Detectives are questioning 2 people in custody, one identified as the stepfather, one as the mother. This is not the first time something like this has happened in Tucson. New at 6, we'll take a look at similar cases we have seen in our area.
Now to another developing story involving thousands of uninvestigated child abuse reports. Preventing cases like the one Tucson police are working today is the mission of Arizona Child Protective Services, but that agency's director is struggling to cope with the revelation it did not investigate more than 6,000 cases. Now, Clarence Carter has released an emergency plan that diverts resources to those cases. That makes lawmakers like State Senator Steve Farley wonder what happens to the rest of the CPS caseload.
When you add 6,000 urgent investigations on top of that, I have a hard time believing that somebody isn't going to fall between the cracks.
We will have more on this developing story new at 6.
Well, a family is searching for their mother tonight. 86-year-old Mary Black left her home near Sierra Vista on Sunday morning, and she has not been seen since. Her daughters tell us she has dementia and is missing. 9 on your side's Valerie Cavazos has the latest.
Kathy Black takes care of her mother, Mary, at their home in St. David. But Sunday morning, she slipped by Kathy with car keys to her white Ford Explorer, similar to this one, and just drove off.
I heard her leaving, so I ran out to get in my truck to stop her, but my truck wouldn't start.
It's not the first time Mary tried to drive away. Her neighbor, young Mayberry, stopped her just days ago.
Unfortunately, she doesn't know that she's not supposed to drive.
Several miles away, near this KOA campground sign, 2 friends had earlier spotted Mary's Explorer parked on the side of the road. But it was gone when Mary's other daughter, Mary Ann, drove to the spot. Along with Cochise County deputies, they searched this wash and desert by foot and by air. Nothing. Now Mary Ann is
Driving all over roads that I think Mom might have taken if she was, driving.
And posting these signs all over the county, hoping someone spots Mary or her Ford Explorer.
I'm just praying that she was able to survive the last 2 nights.
Valerie Cavazos, KGUN9 on your side.
Mary left without food, water, ID, money, or even a jacket. If you have any information, call the Cochise County Sheriff's Office or 911.
Mother Nature is brewing a nightmare travel situation in the Northeast. Snow is piling up in Ohio and Pennsylvania, a virtual whiteout there. In the South, steady rain and ice keeping travelers on edge. Delays are backing up at airports across the nation, and it is expected to be worse tomorrow. So far, there are no delays at Tucson International, but there are a few at Sky Harbor. The most delays right now are in Atlanta.
There is little good news for air travelers. Several airlines are waiving their flight change fees. For instance, Delta is allowing people scheduled to fly to certain cities a one-time ticket change without a fee. U.S. Airways, United, JetBlue, and American Airlines are also reportedly waiving fees for changes.
Here at home, our roads are looking pretty clear, but it has been a windy day.
Yes, it has. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Aaron Christensen for a look at our weather.
Absolutely. It's been breezy today, but we don't have any reports of blowing dust, reducing visibilities on our roads. But our Skycam shot here, certainly a shaky one at this hour. The wind at the airport sustained for, meaning blowing at this strength for about 2 minutes straight, 16 miles per hour from the east-southeast, and mostly clear skies. Now, the gusts today have been close to 30 in Oracle, 23 at this hour in Wilcox, and Tucson. We too have had some gusts in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range. The wind will die down once that sun sets here this evening and temperatures drop to the low 40s. But be prepared for that wind to return tomorrow, and then I'll let you know coming up when it will blow out of here.
Aaron, thank you. Well, a big move by the Supreme Court today. The justices will take up a birth control dispute involving Hobby Lobby and a Pennsylvania cabinet company. At issue, whether businesses can use religious objections to escape a requirement to cover birth control for their employees. The new health care law requires employers of a certain size to offer insurance coverage for birth control without a copay. And a new warning for women who use the morning after pill. A European version of the emergency contraceptive may not work for women over a certain weight. The version Norlevo is identical to America's morning after pill version, Plan B One Step. Now, researchers found the drug begins to lose effectiveness in women who weigh more than 165 pounds. The FDA is reviewing this information and the issue and will determine if any labeling changes are needed. Well, our community is coming together to help fill empty stomachs. The first of many Thanksgiving dinners kicked off downtown this afternoon. El Pueblo Center dished out turkey trimmings for Thanksgiving in the barrio. Nearly 2,000 people turned up for the midday dinner. Gospel Rescue Mission will hold their annual Thanksgiving banquet tomorrow.
Check out these two ultimately doomed turkeys. President Obama will be pardoning these big birds. The turkeys are named Popcorn and Caramel. You can help decide which one will be named the National Thanksgiving Turkey. We put a link to the White House voting page on our site. Just head to KGUN9.com. Turkeys must be feeling pretty thankful for dedicated shoppers skipping the bird this year. People are lined up outside popular stores, but how much are they really saving by camping out?
But before you wipe out all of your holiday shopping, you're going to want to take a look at some of the most dangerous toys on the shelves this year.
And later, a little boy recovering after an out-of-this-world encounter. You won't believe what researchers think hit him in the head. Don't forget, you ask, we investigate. If you have something you want us to investigate, call 290-7726 or email us news@kgun9.com. We do respond to all calls.
Imprisonment allegations. Marcelino Benito is just out of the Tucson police press conference with the very latest developments, and Justin Shecker is live outside the family's home.
We begin with Marcelino, who joins us live downtown.
Guys, Stella, just an unbelievable story. We just wrapped up hearing a press conference held by the Tucson Police Department and Captain Michael Galuli. He didn't give us a lot of information, but he did lay down some of what's happened today. It involves
breaking news just into the 9 on Your Side newsroom. A startling revelation at a Tucson home, from quiet neighborhood to full-fledged crime scene. Tucson police say 3 girls held captive by their parents for at least 2 years. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley.
And I'm Stella Inger. Well, this disturbing story is unfolding by the minute. 9 on Your Side has live team coverage of these child imprisoned
3 young women, and here's more on what he had to say on their captivity.
At about 4:02 this morning, patrol officers within our Operations Division West responded to the 2800 block of North Australia regarding a 911 call regarding a domestic fight involving a knife. Upon arrival, they discovered 2 juvenile females that were extremely filthy. Approximately ages 12 female that was also imprisoned within her bedroom, a different bedroom than the bedroom that her siblings were occupying together. All 3 juveniles were extremely dirty, as I mentioned, and malnourished, and stated they had not bathed within the last 4 to 6 months. They were kept in filthy living conditions separately and told patrol officers that they had not seen 12 and 13 who had run to a neighbor's house, alleging that their stepfather had kicked in their bedroom door and was attempting to assault them with a knife. During the course of that investigation, it was alleged by the girls that they had been imprisoned within their bedrooms for approximately the last 2 years. Officers responded to the family residence and made entry and discovered yet a third 17-year-old